Tawag mo'y tagumpay na nagtitindig. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may magtitindig. Lumalang araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang ibigaya ng pagkay mga amin, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Okay, thank you. We acknowledge the presence of everyone who are here in our Zoom meeting, as well as those who are watching with us via FB Live. Hello, everyone. We have here our NSTP head, CWTS team coordinators, and students who are with us, of course, in our Zoom meeting. Now, let's have first our initial attendance check before our photo opportunity later on. Let's start with the team charity. Calling the attention of team charity, please give me a peace sign emoji. So let's start with peace sign emoji. Again, team charity, you can comment down in the FB live or even here in our chat box if you are here in Zoom. So please give me a peace sign emoji. For team excellence, can I have a rock and roll emoji? Sige, rock and roll emoji. For team fortitude, maybe an okay sign emoji. Okay, next. For team honesty, can I get an alien emoji? Because your beauties are out of the world. So that's, we have emoji, alien emoji. For team innovative, a robot emoji. Weird yung mga kuan ni ma'am, no? Team innovative, robot emoji. Team integrity, can I get a smile emoji? Sige daw. For team integrity, a smile emoji. For team perseverance, can I get a red heart emoji? Okay. For team relevance, can I get a white emoji? Sige, white emoji. And why pabor-pabor sa team resilience, can I get a green heart emoji? For team responsibility, an orange heart emoji. For team sincerity, maybe a violet emoji because this month is a women's month. For team trustworthy, maybe what else? Kasi pa may a cat emoji. Okay, a cat emoji. For the last one, I guess, team temperance, can I get a dog emoji? All right. Okay. Now I believe we are ready. Some of you are still participating here, of course, in Zoom, I can see, and of course in VFB Live. Now I believe we are ready to officially begin our orientation this morning. Help me welcome with a virtual applause our head of the NSTP CWTS, Mr. Joy Bilien, to explain our agenda for this morning. Sir?
All right, so may buntag.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, so how are you doing, students? And I have a thumbs up if you're doing fine in the comment box. Okay, so I think okay, na yung mga thumbs up, no? Good to know that you are adjusting well. And we are now sa mga alert level. I think 2 or 1, I guess. Allow me to share screen. All right, so for this semester, we are expecting you to complete the cycle of project proposal. Or it is now, hopefully, we will now be finalizing the proposal, and then after that, you will be able to implement and get the result as what we hope in the project proposal. Okay, but before that, allow me to orient you on what are the things expected of you in this second semester. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and I see what's available in the Zoom. My PowerPoint, is it? Okay. For a while na. Stop share muna. Share screen. Share. Right. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I am I'm the team coordinator of Team Creativity. I'm also the coordinator of CWTS, a component of the National Service Training Program. All right, so as I mentioned a while ago, we will get to know what are expected of you in this second semester. All right, that's it. And then, well, before we start, I apology, we're starting late. There are some technical issues. No, na yung mga changes naman day ang pag-share sa Zoom. So, FB Live. Kanina yung mga kuha na, dili na mga updated. Mga GURS problem. GURS, sorry. All right. Anyway, so this is for community engagement project proposal. What comes into your mind when you hear community engagement? Can we have that in the comment box? What comes to your mind when you talk about community engagement? Sige nga, can we have the responses? I'll repeat the question. What comes to your mind when you hear or read about community engagement? Di lang pala si lovers ang may engagement, pati si community nasa the engagement. We hope to see you fully engaged in the process in this second semester. Do we have some response? Meron na ba? All right, we have already social works. According to Salome, social works, social services, community service, according to Joyland, community service, according to Irene Solandi, participating in any community-related activities. What else? Okay, civic responsibility. All right. Marag di samot ka technical in yung mga term like civic plus responsibility, community-related activities. Samot kalisod in yung mga term. Kaya samot according to term fortitude, improvement, and empowerment. Nice term, no? But I think mas pangitan to pagi para mas mapasayon ang term, no? What's there, what is expected in community engagement. Okay, so I'll wait for some response, but allow me to continue. Okay, so for this course in STP 12, this is Civic Software Trading Service 12. Your previous semester, 11C, is the prerequisite. Let me read the description so you will be fully aware what is this course about. The course is mandated by Republic Act 9163. You know that during the first semester. This is the National Service Training Act of 2001. This course aims to enhance the civic consciousness. Kung sama ng civic consciousness, na may gimension kayo ng civic responsibility. What is civic consciousness? Civic consciousness is that you are aware that you're part of the community and that your community accept you as being part of the community. No? Ikaw, member ka sa imong palibot, sa imong mga silingan, no? Community, mamanay community. And then, ang imong mga silingan, or imong mga silingan, na-accept nimo as part of them and is separable part of the community. Okay, so you don't exist in vacuum. Rather, ikaw, you consider all your neighbors as part, as one, as community. Meaning you have the same interest, almost the same interest. And then your neighborhood, consider you as part of them, an inseparable part of them. Now, that's civic consciousness. So we would like to enhance your participation to the community, or you will enhance yourself such that your community accept you more as part of it by developing the ethics of service. Take note, ethics of service. Meaning you have to serve. Mo tong sigurong i-mention ganina, doon ay responsibility, doon ay improvement, no? Na community-related activities. This is part of service. You serve the community, all right? And of course, patriotism, no? Love for the country, love for our community through community engagement activity. So there are two terms that we need to consider here. Community and engagement. So what is community and what is engagement? Sa biology, kinsa may makadefine sa community as defined in biology? Okay, let me search. Sige nga, unsay definition sa community? Taon na po ito akong biology, marang nag-isod na po. Because what is community? Na yung sa timi, anak? Well, in other sense, no, community is defined in other sense that group of people living in the same place or having particular characteristic in common. Okay, so that is community as in civic community. Okay. Oh, we have the help here from Ma'am Andrea, science major. Yep. According to Jethro, group of people living in a particular place with a common interest. Okay, addition. According to Ma'am Andrea, is that community as defined in biology is the interacting group of various species in a common location. Di ba parehara, no? Ang social science aspect and definition plus biology. In here sa biology, various species. Some species like human, plants, and other animals, one species. But here, sa ato we'll talk about community as group of people living in a particular place with, of course, do not forget, having common interest or characteristic. Right? So, klaro na ang community. What about engagement? When we talk about engagement, if man and woman are engaged in a relationship on sa may naa, and we have sa responsibility, unsa daw na sa engagement?
Commitment.
Yep, commitment. What else? Ang daghan ng mga positive na yung makita nato sa engagement. Ako na lang mo tubag. Mostly, positive na value system ang nagawin sa engagement. Okay? Here is the more common, and this is by defined earlier, no? Ang community is living in one specific area. This is on geographic location. Now, I have a question. What happened to your community during the pandemic? Na bawal ang mga soroy, bawal ang kuwan. So, na-reduce sa imong community, di ba? The community basically becomes reduced into a family because we are well in lockdown. Fortunately, nagkuha na yata, nag-improve na ang policy sa ITF. Murag level 1 or 2 yata. Excuse me, mostly. But with online technology, what happens to community? Natay mga community of LGBT in the online platform. Community of teachers in online platform. Matawag bagya po na siyang community. Since kita consider them as community, for online, what is important in an online platform is that there is common interest. So, dili siya bound by geographic location, but we are bound by common interest. That's the difference, no? Like for example, di ba, pag may mga ilado nga vlogger or YouTuber na sila member, this becomes community. They are from different places, but they are bound to the same interest. So there is something in common. So they become a community as a means of function. They function as one. All right. So this is the definition of the word community engagement. No? This is a process of building relationship. Take note. Sa parte sa engagement, our engagement in the community is a process of building relationship with stakeholders. It's man ang stakeholder. Stakeholder, like who are there in the community, your official, barangay official, your neighbor, your silingan, your lolo, your lola, your family, everyone is considered as a stakeholder. There are also citizens, interest group who work side by side as long-term partners, building a coalition to support a range of integrated policies. Like for example, water waste management, ang atuwa, natay tulog ka programs, di ba? Key programs, number 1, natay reading, I wanna read. Kaduha, natay itong sorry. I wanna read. We have the agriculture. Ikatulo is katong basta, forgot. Environment conservation. Yeah, environment conservation. For math major and math-related courses, pwede mo mag-invest dito sa mga kung na I wanna read. Sa numeracy, some term, kay bagong term, magtudlo po po o mathematics or some related sa mathematics, no? If you are engineering, mathematics, pwede mo invest diya, magtudlo, mag-share mo sa inyong talent sa mathematics. Pwede na siya, pwede na ikapat na team. Right? So what is important here, I highlight building relationship. Build of relationship. Kung mag-tree planting, question, I asked this sa mga coordinator the other day. Kung mag-tree planting, ikaw ra mo sa nagtanong, is there relationship built? Sige nga, answer the question. Okay. Makita ba natin ito sa environmental conservation? One of the projects there is tree planting. No? Doon na ba relationship kung ikaw nagtanong ka o kahoy but wala kay mga kauban? Well, siguro na kay relationship towards sa kahoy but atong pwede kay towards stakeholder man. Kinahanglan nga doon na tay buyog sa atuang project. Since napamay mga restriction, napod tay mga consideration, no? Napay mga consideration. We can encourage others to join us, like sa inyong family, for example, just like sa kaning photo diri sa right side from PIA, no? Ang bata plus the parent. Yeah, backyard gardening sila. Kaning the other photo here, Basuraran, this was taken before the pandemic. Okay na sa pre-pandemic. But karon, take note, we are now new normal. Pwede gyapon ni siya activity actually, pero dili pwede nga walay social distancing. New normal na siya, ha? Mean to say, we live with sa standards sa IATF. Bisan of level 1 na ta, we can do work with other provided face mask and so pa to, social distancing, labi na sa mga activities or photo opportunity like this. Alright? So I'd like to highlight again that in community engagement, this is building relationship such that we can make long-term partners. Aron so, mayon ka nga may tree planting ka, join to sila because they believe you have the same cause with them. They believe your cause na magtanom ka kahoy because you like trees to contribute dito sa global warming. And kato yung partners also share the same interest with you. Alright? Just like sa I Wanna Read, what I like mo sa I Wanna Read because lagi kay tudluan magbasa. So your duty and you build relationship such that maybe the student will want more of the lesson to learn more. All right. What else would like to discuss here? The goal here is to make the community a better place to live. Look at that. How could you agree? How could you not agree more on this statement? To make the community a better place to live. Diba? All right. In relation to tree planting, bagong concept na karon. Tree planting mo good, mag-plant, wala na. The bagong concept is tree growing. Pag tanong mo, see to it that it will be productive. It will grow and it will become the tree that we want it to be. Okay, just like sa tao, we like the person we want it to be. Okay, going on. What are the principles? There are 3 principles here, if I remember it right. Okay, community relevance. Kinanglan ato ang activity is relevant to community. Meaning, they feel that there is a need for it. For example, for gardening, I think dili mata mo ka disagree siguro everyone will agree that gardening is relevant, di ba? And then if it is reading, it should be that for education, ang atong participant na reader should be that she or he need the skill to read. So don't just select na ikaw ari ka sa reading. No, it's not. See to it that the individual that you are trying to recruit in the project really need the help from you for the project. All right. If it is environmental conservation, it should be what is needed in your community. So I suggest look around, pangutana, no? Pangutana sa inyong barangay official, kung sa man in your capacity as a student, individual pag yun, unsay kaya nimo, pwede sa ilaha, no? Unsay kinahanglan nila nga kaya nimo, unsay kaya nimo nga ika-offer nimo sa community. Right? So community members gain voice and choice. Voice because they can share with you what they need. And they will have the choice. Mao na ilahang need to make the community a better place to live. And then everyone should agree that the project is valuable. Take note, kinahanglan makita nila ang relevance that this project that you have in mind or you are proposing, anyway, na naman may proposal, the project that you are trying to propose is that our participant, our community, see it as valuable to them. Otherwise, one-sided love affair na ikaw ray kay baw, no? sadly, dili po siya productive kung ikaw lang, no? Life becomes easier when shared with everyone. Agree, disagree? Okay, moving on. I was assuming and I agree now. Okay. Second principle in community engagement is equitable participation. Sama ng equitable. Equitable. Equal, on the word equal, right? So this emphasizes that community members and you as proponent equitably share control. Share control. Like sa reading, kung sa may ganahan mo ipabasa, mapoy ganahan sa student mo basahon. So there is share of control of the project agenda through reciprocal involvement in design, implementation, dissemination. That's why we give emphasis here for the second semester, although doon na may proposal sa last semester towards the end, because we would like you to go back to your proposal. Look at if nasunod ba ng equitable participation. During the design of your proposal, appeal ba ang community? Appeal? Or last semester wala pa? If wala, then you have to go back. No, we have to go back on this one. That there is equitable share of control during the design, implementation, and dissemination. Yan lang appeal sila pag-design, no? At sa man, ganahan ka aning a project, like, anyway, I'll show an example later. Like, for example, ang problem sa community is maybe on composting. Okay, so kung mag-compost, what can be done? In terms of resources, kung sa may interest sa community. And then what can you do with that in the community? And then implement together, no? Morning nga, kung na kayo mga kauban, you should share responsibility sa implementation. Ika nga, for dito UNESCO, let's work together. Dili pwedeng I work together, I work together. Let us work together. Right? Okay, so another principle is action and change. Mo ni siya gyud ang pinaka bottom line. Action and change. More than your proposal, sa garan mga subject mag-require of proposal, and then mo na to. Either pasar or wala. But sa community engagement, there should be action, and more than that, it convert to certain change. Take note, ha? Action and change. There is emphasis on social change through successive reflection action cycle. Well, this principle stresses that the process and result of project should be useful to community members in making positive social change and in promoting social equity. Saan ang social equity? Social equity, as you can see in the picture, di ba?
Bang!
Okay. Social equity is that, if you can see in the picture, we provide more support to those who need. Like, for example, ang bata, non-reader, or na problem sa reading, provide more support. Katong wala makinalan, katong kabasa na, no need to support for them. Or maybe minimal. Like, what is example here sa picture, di ba? Sa rightmost, more support kay mas ubo man siya. Kailangan lang siya maka-access sa resources. If they have the height advantage, no need to support because that's the advantage. This is what we want in our project. We would like to implement the project because there should be change after that. If you remember sa mga videos i-share ganina, di ba? Sa reading lang to hinoon so far. Wala kami kakuha mga videos dito sa buwan ka na sa other component. Alright? So, what happened there is that ang bata, there was a story of change because before non-reader siya, and then certain help from our education students, there is change. Change on the aspect, no? Kay ato maning gi-emphasize ini ang reflective action. Change on the side sa mga learner o sa atong participant or sa community because they benefit the project. And more importantly, change for you. Change in the sense that as an education student, sa example earlier, they know how to teach more. They know how to use teaching strategies for this kind of learner. In your case, para sa environmental conservation, you implement a certain measure to help conserve environment, and you know that it's effective. That is an additional learning in this process. Ang pangutana sa tree planting ka ha, can you assure that there is change in the community and there is change in you? Wala na i-change sir, basta makakomply na, daog na. No, hopefully we will go beyond that. Practical man sa uban, well, I think we can also, I think individual differences. But then we hope to make a real change in our community. We want you to become individual with that goal for social equity. Itong mga, just like sa example no, sa purpose, for example, purpose. Sa man na purpose. Ang English na nga project is conditional cash transfer. The government provide conditional cash to those who are underprivileged. Itong mga indigenous yata. I don't know how do we call them. Basta itong mga underprivileged. So that they will have the support for the education of their kids. And that hopefully in the years to come, they will graduate. Di ba, ang family, pag nanay mga professional, mag-graduate po sila sa for peace. Ang tangong sila dito because they can now support on their own. And that is action and change relative to the government's project or response. Hopefully, we will join that the same principle. Can you? Will you commit to that? Sige daw. Ano tag na by commentary. Are you sold out with this guiding principle, action and change? Wala man ko nakita respond rin. There ay equality plus according to Salome, yes sir. Oh, according to Kyle is depende sir kung makaya. You should be able to see kung makaya or dili during the proposal. Okay, nindot po din mo ang response Kyle, no? From Kyle Chandler Cabia. During the proposal making, this is the time to see whether you can do it or maybe there is a need to redefine. There is a need to refine, redefine, adjust, recast, restart all over again. You ask your coordinator, no? Your team coordinator, if this is doable. They can provide, no? Consult to them kung kaya ba in pila ka months, 2 months time. What are the steps to be taken so that with limited budget, with you as first year students, how can it be done better? Okay? Para sugod ni mo implement Kyle, you will not say depende. Rather, I'm sure that this will work. Kaya kung dili ta sure, maglisod po ta din sa action, labaw na maglisod po ta sa change. Right? You need to be sure, yes, a proposal, reflect, evaluate, consult with your teacher. You can also consult with me if it is doable and how can it be done better. All right. Sige. Thank you for your responses. There's a comment there is a Facebook Live from Angela Cantomino. Involvement and participation in an organization sabi na kung nila for the welfare of the community. Related na kanina sa community engagement yata. All right. Okay, so you can comment, no? Hopefully we can read your responses. Okay, so moto no, balikan na to ang mga guiding principles. So we will not forget these things. Number 1, relevance. Kinahanglan felt need na sa atong community. Ikaduha, equitable participation. That means to say, all of us, all in the community can join. And then due to participation, there is action and there is change. All right. Take note na ng mga principles. Now let's go to project proposal. Himo naman mo ani, di ba? Project title, beneficiary, rationale, objective, methodologies, and strategies, expected outcome, and plan of work. Muna ang mga parts, no? Right? Grading system for this semester, we will provide midterm grade, no, as required by the Office of the University Registrar. Okay, learning task 10%, assessment 25%, proposal is 15%. Okay, towards the end, muna yung narrative report, muna yung si final nga part. Narrative report 25% and digital storytelling 25%. 100 ba? Yeah, 100%. This will be for the entire semester. Any question with the grading system? Baka may gusto kayong idagdag, may gusto kayong bawasan. Alright. Marag wala man, I think this is fine. Okay, so I am done with community engagement. Before we continue to the next topic, ako lang gihapon ni siya, ako rata na. Okay, let's have some sharing thoughts. What do you think of your proposal? Question ni siya. Evaluate your proposal last semester. Do you think it is within the principle of community engagement? Can we have that in the chat box? According to Kyle, well, as I've said, doing community engagement is an iterative process. Iterative from the start, proposal making, until the implementation, and even prior to completion. Iterative means to say, we can go back to the process. Pag dili ta sure sa atong proposal, balik, recast the proposal, adjust, make adjustment, okay? Ana na siya, iterative, balik-balik. While maybe time-consuming, but what is important is you are certain, you are very sure that what you're doing is there is social change. Well, I see from Connie, yes, sir, I think so. Well, that's good to hear that. Okay, some more. There is a chat box. Sa live. Sir Mardon, do we have response from our students? Do you think your proposal is within the principle of community engagement? My question si Joylan. Can you please clarify the narrative? How can we do that? Don't worry. We'll provide as soon as ma-admit mo sa portal. Nga dito, na format plus doon ay mga guide question. Na mga guide question. What are expected dito sa iyang para sa format. Anyway, ang narrative report is the report dito sa imong proposal plus the result, no? plus the result. Kumbaga, ibang proposal ka, future tense man, i-convert na to sa past tense, kaya ba naman, and then plus the result. Muna siya ang narrative report, Joylan. I hope I made clear. Don't you worry, as I've said, ang narrative report doon ay mga guide questions. So, ang ako lang reminder sa narrative report, ayaw po din tao na one question, one sentence na po ng response. No? I hope that you will explain fully. No? Explain. Make a good context. Describe what's there in your project. And then, since naman ta sa college, I hope that you can add some citation. No, some citation, like there might be similar project and mo na output sa ila project, and then mo na siya ang outcome. No, na mga citation. Or like nag-adapt ka og technology somewhere, cite the source of the technology that you use during the project implementation. Right? Okay. Well, it's good to know, Joylan, that you're looking forward sa narrative report. It means to say, kung nun dyan mo kay, you cannot write the narrative report kung dili pa mahuman ang project. Okay? According to Team Fortitude, na-meet rang ako proposal, sir. Na-meet rang, yes, na-meet rang proposal. Pero mo-consult lang yapon po sa coordinator to make it better. Well, good to know that. If you notice, ang inyong mga coordinator, as much as possible, in line sa inyong degree program so that they can share some input for the betterment of your project. All right? Okay, some more question? From Christine Mary Kelman. Further discussion about the digital storytelling criteria. I suggest you go to our Sir Marlon, can you share the link sa ato ang YouTube channel? Nadito na yung mga review lang nadito po. Key idea sa digital storytelling. 3 to 5 minutes ang digital storytelling. Kumbaga, it's a summary of what you have done and what is the change, no? The action and change. I-highlight dito ang accomplishment mo sa digital storytelling. Since this is na yung mga part na reflection, it might be na ba kung naka-remember mo sa ganina represent sa video, they thought that it's going to be easy but it was not. Kana bang kulang sa preparation mo good ba? They thought that it is a piece of cake pero kuan di ay medyo pait di ay. I mean, sorry for the word. I mean to say, you need to be in the process. You need to immerse yourself. Sabi na sa Amos Education, kay reading needs that you should be there. Reading ay bilin lang. Right? Sige, sa pailayan. Narito sa sa YouTube channel, you can find there the discussion of the criteria. Now, sa another key idea sa digital storytelling is that you need to document the process, the process sa inyong community engagement. It may be at the start of the project planning, proposal making, implementation, and completion. Pwede diha along the line. And then, ang paghimo, siyempre, pag nag-video ka, task ka na siya, niya i-compress mo in 3 to 5 minutes, highlighting what you have learned and what you have accomplished. Di ba? That entails creativity, no? Dili pwede maghimo ka digital story without a thorough understanding what you have done. And then, this is where life skills comes in because you will learn more about producing a content. Di ba? It's like, just like sa mga student na produce o kuhan ka ng digital story, encourage them to post to their social media account. And then we ask some pwede add sa YouTube channel. This is from this study. Okay, this is, you can access the article from this DOI, Data Object Identifier, ang ID sa article 10.12.688/well welcome open res. Open res rather. Tama ba? Anyway, narang ko na rin. Search lang siya para makita ninyo. The 12594.2. Alright, so the title of the article, which I create this example, is Drama as a Community Engagement Strategy for Malaria in Rural Cambodia. Di ba kay for tropical regions na yung mga daghang kaso na malaria, di ba? Sa Cambodia, daghan po sila mga kaso sa malaria. Yeah, deadly ba yan yung malaria, no? Although there are some strategies to address malaria, but siguro mga teachers ni sila or mga artists siguro ni sila or mga producer, ang gusto nila is drama na put, no? Dili atong sige kuan, sige bandilyo nga, panghipos mo diha, iyapo ang inyong kuan, whatever diha, no? Maglimpyo, something like that. That's a usual strategy. Pero here, Lim and company and colleagues, they make a new and innovative intervention, which is through drama as a community engagement strategy. Yun sa kanilang drama so that they can address the problem of malaria. All right. Well, let's take a look. Also, take note sa mga parts. All right. So, first part is project profile. So, may na-address project profile. Under this, title of the project. So, sa may inyong project, like, learning to read, I wanna read. Title, no? Or, testing and developing composter for solid waste management. Pwede. Title. In here, sa example, it is drama as a community engagement strategy for malaria in rural Cambodia. Okay, so i-mention na ko ni earlier ang atong thematic area ay I wanna read for education students, and then gardening for food security for agriculture-related courses, environmental conservation for greener future, all courses except those mentioned previously. And I'm hoping na makatabang po itong mga math-related courses na naman tayo bagong offer ng BS and Math, BS Math and BS Applied Physics. For engineering courses, if you're more into teaching your gift in mathematics, pwede punta dito sa kahit yung pangalan ng project, no? And you help me suggest kung say I wanna read for reading man. Sa mana. Sa kay title for if it is for teaching mathematics. Any suggestion? Wala ko kita. Na ba? Basta tayong comment rin. Can we have some suggestion? Thumbs up lang yata ako nakita. Okay, sa kay suggestion diya, kung if it is developing mathematics skills or numeracy, sa kay title. Math nature po, pwede sa kanang aspect, no? Teaching mathematics. Sa kay title, no? Wala pa do we have suggestion here sa live? Wala man. I hope to see some suggestion on sa title kung according to Kyle, make math fun community engagement for kids. Pwede. Make math fun. Pero mag-tongue twister man. Sa kay mas kuha na. Pwede na irambulong sa kano. Pares kang Sir Raymond nga program, di ba? Kainom mo? Sa DYDC. Matsaya. So, Matsaya. Ito yung project ni Sir Raymond ikasama sa DYDC. Sa kana. Nindot po itong title ba? At sige, Matsaya. No? Doon po sa math fun. Sige. I think kung come up na ako sa itaw as we go along. No? Anyway, thank you for the suggestion, Kyle. Okay, so yun. Next part sa title is the proponent describe who are in charge of the project implementation. In here, ang mga implementors sila ni Lim et al. And then, the project site, na may mga Google Map, nindot po nga na Google Map para makita natin na this is where the project is. Yes, Kyle, you can do that, no? If you are more into that. You can do that. Lagi kay, truth is many need help sa mathematics and as well as reading, di ba? Kay sa recent PESA, International Assessment, nangulilat man ta sa reading lagi. So that's why we give emphasis. I wanna read. Okay, sa location, ideally na map. Okay, so in this example, this is from Battambang province in western Cambodia near Thailand border. So nasa ilahang map. Duration, so the length of time in which a project activity shall be accomplished. Ang ila is June until September 2016. July, August, September. 3 months implementation. No, enough na 3 months, di ba? For this study. Sa inyo hapon, we'll start soon as ma-approve na siya, karang final proposal ninyo, ma-approve na siya next week, and then you can start the implementation. 3 months. Okay, after return na mo i-update. Okay. Take note of the part ha, kay kinahanglan ng ang anyong proposal is well defined in terms of required parts. So the proposal proper, una is rational, brief background of the project and the significance of the project. So my background, why propose the project? And then why is it significant to the community? So here sa katong study, katong drama, ikon sila dito, reason sila nga countries in Southeast Asia are working to eliminate multi-drug resistant falciparum malaria. So ang malaria din i-develop na siya resistance. So mga nga di masolve ang malaria because ang malaria na-develop na of multi-drug resistance. So because of that, there are mortality in tropical regions because dili manhuman ang malaria again because of resistance. Although malaria is declining, but transmission persists in many rural areas. Nindot kay pag-afraid, no? Ni decline ang malaria, but still in rural areas dito sa mga suok and among forest workers and isolated population. But nagya po yung transmission dito sa mga suok dito sa mga hinterlands. Also forest worker and those isolated population. In these remote communities, conventional health services and education are limited. Nakita na problem na, yatag niya ang problem na sa community nga layo, remote, the health services are limited and education are also limited, right? So this is where you come in because there is lack of health services and education. Mobilizing and educating this population require new approaches as many people are illiterate and do not attend village meetings. Okay, so kailangan educate. Limited ang education, so there should be education that will be introduced to overcome, to solve the problem of illiteracy relative to malaria. In rural communities affected by malaria, awareness and understanding of the disease is indispensable to support elimination effort. No? Such communities, however, often record lower literacy rates compared to urban areas. Like they present statistics of 77% compared to 90%, 93% in 2014 census. It's good that you will be able to present statistics on the topic that you are interested, like kumingon ka og reading. Sa reading, natay nindot nga reference sa results sa PISA. We are at the bottom of the ladder, no? Sa PISA for reading. Sa kunyari sa forest cover, pila naman lang ang forest cover karon compared to a decade ago. No? Please, it's a good idea to present statistics of your topic. Okay? So nakita nato, no? Ang diri sa rational, there is limited education and health services. So, kailangan nga solbaron ang problem sa literacy. And then, more about the details of the community is that ni-decline ang ilahang ni-decline ang education or literacy rate from 93 ni bagsak into 77. Right? Describe project or activity description. This is necessary information on the project such as nature and description of project site and beneficiaries. Okay. In this part, describe the site and beneficiaries. So, ang ilang project is Village Drama Against Malaria, BDAM in short, was joint initiative of Battambang Province Health and the Oxford Tropical Medicine. Yeah, gi-appeal ko lang din sa funding agency, Wellcome Trust. Okay, so the project is a combination of drama, art, music, workshop, music workshop, and village concerts and competition to provide health education in a fun and engaging way. Cambodia drama uses caricatures in a funny and irreverent manner. And the BIDAM production did so to weave together stories and health education. Right? The mixed art and drama with modern technologies, such as using drones to film the villages, to share photo and video across the province. Nindot, no? Sila yung mga art, drama, music workshop, and then it includes modern technologies to film the area or the village and then share this among village member. Okay, mo to ang description. Although napatay mga description about sa itong area, no? Okay, the objective according to the study is the village drama against malaria was a pilot project. So to encourage people to prevent mosquito bites by using insecticide-treated nets and repellents, get early diagnosis and treatment, and raise awareness about the risk of malaria in local forest. Muna ang iyang objective. It is to encourage people to prevent mosquito bites, to get early diagnosis, to raise awareness. Okay, you should be able to articulate your objective. Next is methodology. Okay, nindot siya din ang part. Methodology, this is how you're going to do it or how it will be implemented. Okay, ato nagi subsection. Planning and involvement of local people. Okay, kay di ba naman to equitable participation nga principle, planning and involvement of local people. In the project, the BIDAM project, local leaders, community are involved in its planning and implementation. Pwede talining, pero kana lang ang isuat niya. Sunod, drama, workshop, and performances. Describe na to kung saan pagbuhat ng intervention. Comprises, no? Kung saan ha? Kung ano na siya, more on procedure. Kung sa laboratory na, more on procedure. Under na sa methodology. drama workshop and performances. It is composed of 3D series of 3D workshop with the group traveling from one village to another every third day, right? And some information. Kinahanglan imo jud i-illustrate, no? Articulate. Para pulhi yata itong live diri. Pulhi man ang mga responses. So, per thumbs up ang malayahong nakitaan o ulhi ba ka ang nag-thumbs up? Okay. So, yun. Sunod, data collection. Okay. Kinahanglan ang data because how can you claim that your project was effective or effective? How can you claim that there is change? Just like research na tayo, data collection. Saan pag-collect sa data? Sa ilang project, naggamit silang interview. Okay, using by two interview using interview guide. Sa ka-data na interview. So kailangan gamit nila. Ang ilang interview lang i-gamit, no? But for reading, pwede ka sa reading, di ba? Mag-pre-test, post-test. And then pwede sad ka mag-observe as part of the data collection. Kung saman to sila paghatag nimo sa imong intervention, nalipay ba? Nang-out ba? Nag-huya ba? Something like that. For data collection sa education students, I hope you will do some sort of triangulation. Doon na kay pre-test and post-test. Simple lang, good, no? Simple lang. Pre-test and post-test, and then you do observation. How are your students responding while they are reading? And then ikatulo is, of course, you make an interview. How do they feel about doing the project? Mo na lead question, no? Pauta na yung participant. How do they feel during the project implementation? And then, important din ay kapat is ethical statement. Labi na kung nag-involve o human participants. Atong mga sa iwan na read kay tao man tong inyong kuwan yung participant reader di man to robot siguro there is ethical statement. Okay? I think ako siguro gi-provide diri sa kuwan ang possible link. But we'll create a template para ani. Let me see kung na ba. Murag to sa last part yata. Okay? Kanabang mo ba nga ako nagtugot sa akong anak ang appeal sa I wanna read project. Something na no? Simple lang na as to. Now, for ethical statement, nindot pod kung naka Cebuano, no? Kadaghan to Cebuano man siguro. May no kinsay mga from non-Cebuano speaking. Waray, isa may waray diha. Paman. Wala yung mga kuwan. Kung ikaw naman ay Filipino, Tagalog, may no kung na ba? Wala man siguro. Generally, most of us are within, although naman tayo mga students and friends sa waray speaking. So far, wala may comment kung asa sa language, no? Or dialect. So, what is important here ay ethical statement pa na, written consent pa na siya. If it's coming from sa imuhang Cebuano speaker, ang imuhang consent is ibutang kuno sa Cebuano para sapot siya nga ang iyang gipirmahan is nasabta niya labi na kung mga walay education, I mean to say limited education katong wala kayo labi na wala kayo sa English. It could be better I translate into the prevailing dialect. Alright? O para na ako nagtugot sa akong anak na mo-appeal kaya nakita ko sa benepisyo na akong anak sa una din istorya karon mo istorya na. Sa una dili pa motubag ani kuman sa project maayo na motubag. Sugo na gani hanas na motubag nga akong anak. Sus na over bang po dito no kay motubag. Motubag-tubag dos kay kanan. Bitaw. Express it in the local dialect. Alright. Sunod. Schedule. These are activities to be undertaken with a corresponding time frame. na mga application sa Gantt chart. Nakita lang mo online na Gantt chart sa iyo para sample yung nani, okay, sa week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on. O pwede detalye nga day 1, day 2. Ang example dire month na siya, divided by weeks each month. So, nakadetalye. So that, ang imuhang coordinator, yung, kumusta yung week 1? Pagtanaw sa project ko, based sa imong proposal rather. Tanaw sa proposal, tanaw sa coordinator, ingong ka sa imong week 2, yung ani nang ibuhat. Nagpirma ni mong ginikanan, wala pa man lagi nagpirma. O, di ba? Masubay ba? Nga ino dahil ka nga, oy, huwan, kanang paspasi, no? Double time so you can catch up with your plan. Right? Mo nang gamit diha sa schedule. Ikaw po, tanaw ni mo hula, behind schedule na po, napay mga activities na wala pa. So, na ko pag-adjust. You become aware of how to catch up with as planned, no? Right? Mo na siya nga, importante yun ang proposal. Okay, next. Monitoring and evaluation. Kanina, gisulti ni mo ang data collection. How do we monitor and evaluate? This scheme you will do to ensure the project activities are attained. Muna ang monitoring, no? Ilagay buhat sa project, example project, all interviews were recorded with permission of the interviewees. Take note ha, kung mag-interview ka, there should be permission. No? Bisan kung naka-video na thumbs up, okay lang, isa pa. Permission, kung nag-interview ka, pwede i-verbal nga, okay na sir, I permit nga i-record ang atong conversation. Pwede na siya. Kung video, labi na good video, kinahanglan good. Careful sa mga video ha, kay because of data privacy. Kung mag-video ka, careful nga, labi na kung mga negative gani, careful nga, dili ma-expose ang bata nga, mag-bully, like ngayon nga, bata dili ka ba mabasa or pag-interview mo, naglisod siya, tubag, nga ba? I-upload mo sa social media at pag-ikuan, sa pataa kay di man. So, nga di man kantigo, ano ba? Mga negative yun dito, na-bully ang bata. Careful sa anak. Alright? Okay, so in addition, data will be obtained from field notes, di ba? Observation, and informal conversation. Muna nila pag-monitor. Interview guides explore the following areas na mga detalye, no? History, experience, perception, opinion, understanding, or message based on drama, challenges, feedback. Okay, muna sa monitoring and evaluation. Okay, you can get this naman tayo video ani actually, no? Pwede mo browse dito. Budget breakdown, tanaw ni na mo ha, kaya niya, mo gasto ka diha og kuan, gasto ka diha og 5,000 sa niya. I mean to say, you're spending more and you're getting less change. Diba? Wala tayo, ang return on investment magunato is community change. Usab for a better life. Okay? So, tanaw to budget. Detalye ang budget like, example lang niya, dollars may by dollars. So, kamo lang kung sa inyong kaya. No? Anyway, we can use recycled materials for reading, for example. Pwede mo magamit ng mga recycled materials or the learning instructional materials. Pwede recycle. Diba? Okay, so yan. Detalye ang breakdown ha. Ayaw pag-spend, huwag daw kayo if you know walay kayo yung social change. Ang H is expected output. So you need to specify yung sa output like product. After sa imong project, kasi product na man. Naghimo ka, for example, ng composter. So ang product is the composter. No, nakakadito galing sa compost. Kung services, sa service, medical mission, sa tutor, sa pa yung mga services. Nagtudlo og mathematics, tutor gyapon, sa may lain. process, sa may process. Like, sa example sa process. Process, buhaton na ano. Okay. Sample sa process, there might be enrollment system, maybe. A question from Chrislyn May. Pwede usbon ang budget breakdown? Yes, yes. As I've said, this week and next week will be the phasing for finalizing your project proposal. Pwede na usbon, no? And then mag-submit, mag-create submission day for the final proposal. And then need to approve, right? Okay, hopefully, there is an expected output as much as possible, quantifiable siya. Quantifiable. May help. Okay, in the example, analysis is useful in these themes. No, pag-analyze nila, morning na nigawas ang expected output. They will know the exposure, extent of exposure, their readiness, and also barrier of participation, understanding and learning about malaria using drama, diba? Process na, no? Understanding. Entertainment value and engagement method preferences, nalingaw ba while attending to that drama? And then they will also know, as a project, may ba sila kung sa mga challenges. Okay, challenges in the project. And then they will know who will participate in the future. And then, most importantly, sustainability. No? If they will do the project, will it be doable on their own? May question si Joylan. Na-by changes sa grades sa first sem if I revise the proposal? Wala na changes sa huma naman ng first sem, Joylan. Part man diri sa grading system sa second sem. So, you give your best para sa karon na semester. I think you were given enough chance to revise during the first semester. Okay, sige. I hope I address the query. Importante, no? Balik na, importante din sustainability. That with limited budget, your project can go on. And that sustainability in terms of learning, that they will learn how to adjust their practices to avoid malaria, no, dito sa project. Okay, beneficiaries, describe who are your clientels. If you're a student, a reader, ila sa project, Kang Lim et al., villagers who are generally poor. Most families are involved in small-scale agriculture. Yan, describe those who are close to the forest along the Thai or Thailand border. And then, of course, references. In this case, I listed Lim et al. And I used EPA format here. All right, so, okay, for DOST project proposal template, you can go to dost.gov.ph. Look at this. All right. Informed consent, may mga forms diri. You can go to the dlsu.edu.ph. Kani nga link to get a sample informed consent. And then the other one, you can go to research compliance.umic.edu/informed consent guidelines. University of Michigan yata. Anyway, pangita lang, no? May mga sample dito na template. Okay, so that's it for the sample project proposal. Question? Magtanong ngayon o manahimik habang buhay? Sorry. Magtanong ngayon so that you will be clarified. Do we have questions, Sir Marlon? Or si Ma'am Andrea?
So far, sir, wala pa. So you can now ask question in the FB Live. You can write your question in the comment section, and for the Zoom viewer, can type at the chat box.
Okay, you can also unmute, no? You can unmute yourself so we can ask directly the question.
Okay, sir. Meron ng tanong dito from the FB viewer from
Okay.
Dan Rupert. Is there a chance, sir, nga maka-revise pa sa akong project proposal bisag na humana og grade?
Yes, that's the goal here for this week and next week. Kailangan ma-revise, no? So that before good ang final implementation is doon ay mga adjustment na mahimo. As I've said, necessary nga makita na ito nga effective atong proposal so that doon na tayo success. No, success at doon na tayo change, no, later at the end of the project implementation. You can do that, Robert. Right? Thank you. Some more?
Okay, some more question? Magtanong na kayo.
Perhaps no, in the rest of time siguro, you can send your query, no? You can email to me sa pamailaing mode of communication. You can also comment in the Facebook page. You can email to cwts@bsu.edu.ph. Wala yata, no?
Meron pa, sir? May isa pa sa FB viewer from Kitlin K. Serenyo. Good morning, sir. Safety po ako from BECE tapos BECE Math na kong ron. Mag-utro ko og himo og project proposal po. Thank you po.
We do not know kung sa imo pang project proposal last semester before transferring. But siguro i-consider kung katugan akong gingon ganina nga for math inclined na mga courses, I would appreciate that you will create a project more on increasing numeracy. Until such time, hopefully, kung ma-describe din mo yung proposal, siguro we can comment better kung is there a need to change. Diba sinay-follow up nga description? Wala naman siguro, no? Follow up clarification. Basin wala na.
Diya pa, sir. From FB viewer gapon, Yo Maria. Sir, regarding sa tree planting, what if wala pa nahitabo ang plant or failed siya unsa may buhaton, sir?
Come again? Wala pa.
Sir, regarding sa tree planting, what if wala pa nahitabo ang plant?
Wala pa na, murag ko na, sir. What if wala pa nitubo ang plant?
Nitubo ang plant, sorry. Or failed siya unsa may buhaton, sir?
So, pagtubag na. Sure gyud ko kung mag-tree planting ka, di gyud ang tubo pila ka months lang. Siguro ay sign nga mabuhi pero as I've said, na change na atong perspective no, dili na tree planting, tree growing na siya. Kung ito akong question ganina, di ba? Pag tree planting ba, is there is there building relationship with the community? Isa imong kuyog sa tree planting, ikaw lang, doon ay community. So kung doon ay participation sa community, so that becomes community engagement. Pero kung ikaw rin ang tanom-tanom, it's a good cause, no? To tell you, it's a good cause. Nindot na nga drive, no, personally. Kaya lang, questionable siya ang link sa community engagement. Kay kung walay community, maglisod ka pag tawag na community engagement. I hope I make it clear. I remember din, no, ako lang po this year, I remember na ko na nakita sa YouTube sometime last year yata. Ang iyang project, nagtanong siya munggos. Ang iyang i-showcase sa iyang YouTube, I mean sa digital storytelling, nag-spray na po siya sa munggos. Kaya na nag-sprayhan ng munggos, mo na to iyang project. Ako tanaon sa na change. No, I hope you can take a look on based on the principle, no. Dili enough na natay buhaton and document. Ano na to? We would like to go to that perspective that we will add to the discussion of social equity. Those who need more, provide them with more. Okay?
Sir, we have another question, sir, from Rard Israel. He said, sir, nga kung napa ba kunoy lain nga task aside from the revision of an implementation of project proposal, napa ba kunoy learning task and assessment?
Yes, there is. Makita niyo, ma-enroll na mo balik to squad. Ma-enroll na mo sa portal. And then, mostly, sa implementation na, hindi mo i-submit is, kuha na siya. Evidences sa implementation. Like photos, videos, evidences sa implementation. Okay? But before that, doon na pa yung mga, I think, mga 3 lessons na ginalanan niyo ansiran.
All right, sir. We have another, I think the last question or queries for this morning, we have from Cardenas Thelma. Sir, if ma-revise po ba yung project proposal, resend lang po ba yung sa VSUE para mag-pass?
There is a separate submission link. There is a separate because you will be enrolled in a different, ato kay 11C man to, naputay portal sa 12C. Right? So dito, na-link dito para sa bagong mga proposal. If you think okay na to, nag-approve na siya inyong coordinator, na-link para dito. Pero I generally encourage ato mga coordinator to look at sa proposal such that na dito ang mga principles sa community engagement. And while we discuss this to all of you, we hope that you can make the necessary adjustment. No? You make a necessary adjustment. I think you know, as a college student, I think you know this. No? Ikaw mo senior high school, you've been to practical research 1, 2, o isa, I, inversion. No? I think you know this already. So this is your opportunity to apply concepts from those subjects in the past as you create your proposal. Sige. Some more?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, yes, go ahead. Mamerna?
Question, clarification lang nako, sir, ba regarding sa grading system for the midterm, di ba kay murag required naman ta, sir, maghatag og midterm grade para at least ma-update po ta if attending pa ba ang student or dili na.
Yes, ma'am.
Kanang, sir, unsa ko dito ato basis, sir, pagbuka sa midterm grade, sir?
Dito ma'am, katong learning task, ako i-present sa PowerPoint kanina, learning task, learning assessment,
Sir,
and then
tapos,
proposal. Muna ang
atong tulo lang anay, sir, ang basis ato for midterm. Wala
Yes,
pa tong
ma'am.
digital. Okay, thank you, sir.
para sa final po itong digital storytelling.
O katong 5 na, sir, no, ang sa finals na.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you kayo, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Some more?
Sir, na kay clarification, sir.
Go ahead, Sir Romney.
Oh. Regarding, sir, sa mga D4 student, how about those students, sir, nga wala pa nakakomplete sa project proposal, they can proceed to sir, sa implementation, di ba, basically, dili.
Well, without proposal, there is no point to implement. Diba?
So, dapat before sila sir, i-comply dito before nila daan proposal.
Yes, sir. So that kung maka-apply sila karon nga week or next week, comply po nila ang deferred grade.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sige. Encourage our students to complete the proposal. Okay, wala man po tayo i-revise kung dili way masuwat. There is no point to implement without the proposal. Please, our coordinator, take a look on this. This is a good practice, no? Okay, para makita ta sa plan. And then advise na to, ano tong plan o according to plan, this is what it is supposed to be during this week. And then you're behind schedule, how can you cope up? That's our role as a teacher. All right, thank you, Sir Romnick.
You're welcome, sir.
And then, ang students po, actually, dili naman teacher ang maingon nga po. Pwede po ninyo i-remind ang teacher nga, Sir or ma'am, can you take a look on this, on my progress? Am I doing well? I'm doing good. Before ba mahatag og grado, isang consult ka, no, di ba? Una ang two-way communication, teacher and student. No? I-remind si teacher kaya sa well, our man ta na po tayo mga priorities. Okay? Pwede rin ginasay na. Some more?
We have another question, sir, from Tobes. Good morning, sir. Ang amo ba coordinator, ang amo aware na mo if ever need ba na mo i-revise amo proposal?
The answer is, based on the discussion today, is there a need? Sige daw, kasama to si Tobes. Based on the discussion a while ago, is there a need? Now, as I've said, dili naman good, no? I mean, as a teacher, dili teacher dominated ang classroom. I tell you that. As a teacher, dili teacher dominated ang classroom. Meaning, dili teacher lang input tanan. You're college students and you've been to senior high school, and I think you have a concept of project proposal, no? You have concept of research. Appeal man na diri na may mga concepts sa research na integrate diri sa inyong implementation. Based on this concept, what are the things necessary so that, as I've said, there will be change after the semester? If not, I mean, if the answer is naa, then you go ahead, consult with your teacher. Pwede mag kami nga, ma'am, sir, I revised this particular aspect, di ba? Nanibag-send mo sa communication sa mong, tangan mong note na I revised this part here because as far as the literature is concerned, dili siya applicable, dili siya doable. As far as the discussion is concerned, there are things that does not relate to relationship building, something like that. Okay, I hope I answered the question. Pero kung mayroon si teacher nga saya magikan ang go signal, then that's also the freedom sa teacher. But generally, as a student, I encourage everyone that you decide what's better for you to become better individual and a better student. All right? Meron na pa yata sa comment?
Yes, sir. From Team Harmony, si Andres, he asked kung nakasubmit namin sa proposal tas nagraduhan na ang draft proposal, pwede namin makastart?
Consult na lang sa inyong coordinator. I-require graduhan mo dito siya, but I do not know with, as I've said, with the recent development and with recent discussion, there might be things that necessary for the improvement of your proposal. So, consult na lang sa inyong coordinator.
Okay, sir.
Some more question? Wala na tingali, no? Ay, salamat, wala na. I thought there will be more coming. No? Sir Philip, you're raising the hand.
Good morning, sir. Good morning sa students o sa other coordinators, no? So I would like kuan lang sa input lang ko sa about sa katong mga na-deferred nga grades.
Go
Kung
ahead,
di gud madala ninyo human karon nga mga week, ayaw lang ninyo ipaabot nga mulapas sa midterm, because once na malapas na siya, automatically you will be dropped sa karon nga sem. Kay mao man ay kuan sa deadline sa university nga giingon nga tungod sa prerequisite man ang first nga NSTP 1 sa NSTP 2. So mo lang to sir, kay basin man gud og makalimot ng mga students ba nga magsalig ba. So kuan lang na kining mo-comply lang gud sila sa first NSTP. Anyway, kung bisan pa mauli mo sa NSTP 2, dili pa ma-INC pa mo kay tungod na dugay mo, at least naka-comply lang mo sa NSTP 1.
Okay. Thank you, Engineer, for the
Thank you.
reminder. No? Tama, before sa midterm, dapat maka-comply mo sa NSTP 1. So, mahuman yung ihapon na inyong proposal. Required man to. Alright? Isa pa. Okay, so I think silence means okay na siguro. Yes, Engineer?
No, dugang lang po ko sir. Kining student also should be responsible no sa in locking their enrollment form, especially sa offering number. Based sa akong experience, ang students wala maka-join sa group chat tanan, so dili siya siguro wala makabasa ang uban kay wala man maka-join ang uban students sa group chat. So ang ako lang is if naminaw mo karon, so dili lang sa ako ang team, but for the whole NSTP nga students, be responsible enough to look up your offering numbers, because kining nag-follow up naman god unya wala gyapon nga reply. So para di lisuran ang mga coordinator og trace kung asa na mo. So you just inform the coordinator or the NSTP office. Thank you.
Yes, Engineer, that's a good reminder. Okay, so thank you very much for the reminders, Engineer Ibet. Ang sa pailain. Well, as your coordinator, CWTS, I always wish everyone to be successful. Wala pa follow up. Okay. Tapos sa comment yata, Ma'am Andrea?
Sir, yes sir, si Lumagbas, Caril Marie. Good day sir, pwede po mag-ask if it's considered community engagement project if let's say my project involves growing a crop and marketing them, like selling them. Thank you po.
Yes, precisely. If it is, as I said, you and maybe members sa imong community, family, nitabang nimo, and then there is interaction with members of the community, imong silingan, that's precisely a community engagement. Okay, so as I said, I always wish this to everyone that you will be successful with your project, and then you will be able to showcase a story of success. Muna ang digital storytelling. Plan ahead and then document everything in the process from start of the proposal making until sa implementation until matema ang imong project, and so that you will be able to create a good content for your digital storytelling, and that you can tell stories of success among your community, our community here in the university, and even those in the social media. This is your coordinator. Thank you for coming and have a good day, everyone.
Within my heart was a melody for our dear university, with fruitful fields and verdant lawns, with gorgeous sunsets and beautiful dawns, a school with a noble mission, from a sport to establish countless leaders of the nation.